Yo, welcome back. In this video, I'm going to be showing you guys how I sculpt an arm, or arm and a hand in Blender. This might seem like a random choice, but at least for me, this part of the human body is one of the more difficult parts to get right, and perhaps you guys have the same problem. I think one of the main reasons why hands and human body parts in general are so difficult to sculpt is that we see these body parts like our hands and other faces so often that we've got a very accurate, unconscious representation of them in our brain. So if we see something that's even slightly off, like, I don't know, a few fingers are too big, or the hand is too fat, or it's the wrong shape, then it triggers something in our brain like this isn't right. I believe the name for this is the uncanny valley effect, but I haven't seen this effect be applied to things other than the face. As you can see on the screen here, there are few images of arm and hands, but if you notice, they have no skin on them. When we think about anatomy, we usually think about the muscles, the tendons, how they interact, and how they come together to form the mechanics of the arm. But when sculpting human hands, I would recommend not just to look at the mechanics and the bone structure and the muscles, to actually look at it with skin. So when picking your reference, you could even look at your own hand or a hand with skin on it, because when it comes to this part of the body, at least in the palm, musculature and bone structure doesn't describe the complete shape. So looking and focusing on the anatomy is good, but don't neglect the importance of the anatomy of the skin and the fat. Like, not paying enough attention to how the skin interacts with what's beneath often leaves your models looking shrink wrapped, like there's nothing between the muscle underneath and the skin on top. With most people, there's lots and lots of stuff like fat, water, the thickness of the skin, many more factors that kind of makes the palm of the hand look puffy in a way, not as streamlined and as shriveled as images without the skin on them. So, moral of the story, look at images of hands with skin on them. As you can see on the screen here, just refining the knuckles and each of the fingers and also adding some of the fat and skin we talked about onto the palm. A very iconic part of the palm region is the the little wrinkles and lines that accentuate them. There's a practice somewhere, probably in the East is where it originated, where people read your hands and they believe they can tell you something about their life from it. I don't know, I've never really investigated that deeply into the subject, but I'm sure it came from some truth, you could say, but just conjecture. Here also, I'm just going over what I've done originally with is it the clay move brush, and I'm just moving around things, trying to perfect the kind of silhouette and the general shape to make it look precisely hand-like. So yeah, I'll leave you to follow along in peace while I play a track over the sculpting. If you're following along, you can always slow down the video in the bottom right corner and see what I'm doing more closely. But yeah, enjoy.